You tell yourself you're just shy. But that's not what it feels like. It feels like your body tightens when someone looks at you, like your brain starts scanning faces for danger, like every word you say passes through 5 filters before it leaves your mouth, and by the time you finally relax, the moment is already over. So what if this isn't shyness? What if your brain thinks you're in danger? In social situations, you don't just feel nervous, you monitor everything. Their tone, their eyebrows, the pause after your sentence. You replay what you said, you predict what they might think, you adjust yourself in real time. It's exhausting. After conversations, you analyze them like game footage. What did I do wrong? Did I talk too much? Did I seem weird? Over time, this shapes your identity. You start believing you're awkward, too quiet, not naturally social. So you shrink a little, you speak less, you share less, you become low maintenance. But underneath that quiet exterior, your mind is loud. Psychology has a name for this pattern: hypervigilance. It often develops in environments where being misread, criticized, or rejected had real emotional consequences. Your brain learned that people are unpredictable, and unpredictable equals unsafe. But here's the part most people miss. This isn't a personality flaw, it's a survival strategy. And survival strategies don't disappear just because the threat is gone. You're not shy. You're prepared. Your nervous system learned that social safety isn't guaranteed, so it stays alert. In behavioral psychology, this is conditioning. If past experiences paired social exposure with pain, embarrassment, exclusion, harsh judgment, your brain linked being seen with risk. So now, before you speak, your system asks, is this safe? That pause you call shyness, it's actually a threat assessment. And the brain is very good at threat assessment, sometimes too good. When you enter a social space, your amygdala, the brain's threat detector, activates. It doesn't ask, is this logical? It asks, could this hurt us? If it senses potential rejection, it sends signals to your body. Heart rate increases, muscles tighten, attention narrows. Now your prefrontal cortex, the rational part, tries to help. It starts analyzing, overthinking, planning every response. Imagine your brain as a security system with the sensitivity turned too high. A door closes softly and the alarm goes off. Another way to see it, you're walking into every room wearing emotional armor. Armor protects you, but it also limits movement. That's why you feel stiff, measured, careful. The result? People see quietness. You experience constant scanning. And the more you scan, the more evidence you find that you should keep scanning. A self-reinforcing loop. But loops can be interrupted, not by forcing confidence, by teaching your nervous system safety. This isn't about becoming louder, it's about retraining your brain. 1. Slow the scan. What to do? In conversations, deliberately shift attention outward for 10 seconds. Notice one neutral detail, the color of the wall, the sound of a fan. Why it works? Attention fuels the threat system. Redirecting attention reduces amygdala activation and grounds you in sensory reality. Example, while someone speaks, instead of analyzing your posture, notice the rhythm of their voice. 2. Micro-exposure. What to do? Share one slightly unfiltered sentence in low-risk situations. Why it works? Exposure therapy shows the brain that feared outcomes don't always happen. Small risks recalibrate threat predictions. Example, instead of saying, I don't mind, say, I actually prefer the other option. Let your system see that nothing collapses. 3. Delay the replay. What to do? Set a rule: no post-conversation analysis for 30 minutes. Why it works? Rumination strengthens neural pathways tied to social threat. Delaying it weakens the habit loop. Example: after a meeting, shift immediately into a physical task, walking, washing dishes. Interrupt the replay circuit. 4. Name the mode. What to do? Silently say, "My brain is in survival mode." Why it works? Labeling emotions reduces amygdala intensity and activates the prefrontal cortex. This is called affect labeling. Example: before speaking in a group, acknowledge the activation instead of fighting it. You're not broken, you're activated. Here's the mental model. You are not shy. You are a nervous system that learned to protect itself. Your brain scans because scanning once helped you, but now the volume is too high. So the work isn't to become someone else, it's to slowly turn down the sensitivity of the alarm. Each small act of grounded presence tells your system, this room is not the past, and repetition rewires prediction. You don't need to force confidence. You don't need to perform extroversion. You just need safety. And safety is teachable. One neutral moment, one small risk, one interrupted replay. Over time, the armor gets lighter, and you might notice something surprising. Underneath the survival mode, there was never shyness, only a brain that cared about protecting you. And maybe now, it's finally safe enough to let it rest.